welcome back everyone. I'm Kate, and today we're going to be covering Unit 1-5, Angle Relationships. So, we're going to start by covering vertical angles. So, here we have vertical angles are two non-adjacent angles, which means they're not next to each other, not touching, that are formed by two intersecting lines. So, we have intersecting lines here, which means that they meet in one place. Then vertical angles, they are congruent. So as you can tell here, so this angle and this angle, they're congruent, and this one are congruent. So we're using that information, we're going to try an example here. So we're trying to find x. So since we know that these are vertical angles because they're the two intersecting lines, we know that this angle and this angle are congruent. Those two are congruent. So we can set these two values equal to each other. So we're going to do 2x minus 10 is equal to 120. So then we're going to add 10 to both sides to equal 2x equals 130. And then we're going to divide by 2 to get x equals 65. So our answer here is x equals 65. And if you plug in to 2x minus 10, if you plug in 65 for x, we get 2 times 65 minus 10, which is equal 130 minus 10, which is 120, which is equal to our value right here. So we know that we did the equation right. We're going to move on now to supplementary angles, which are two angles with measures that have a sum of 180. Complementary angles, we're not really going to cover, but those are two angles that have a sum of 90 degrees. So just remember, complementary means 90 and supplementary means 180. So we have a line right here so that this angle and this angle will equal 180. As you can see, we have 60 degrees and 120, which adds up to 180. So using that, we're going to try to find x in this example here. So since we have a line right here, we know that these two angles right here are going to add up to 180. So we can do 2x plus 4x plus 108 is equal to 180. So we can combine like terms, get 6x plus 108 equal to 180. Then we can subtract 108 from each side to get 6x equals 72, and then divide by 6 to get x equals 12. So our value here for x is 12, so that's our answer. We can check our work by plugging it in. So you'd get 2 times 12 plus 4 times 12 plus 108 should equal 180. So we get 24 plus 48 plus 108 equals 180. So then here we get 72 plus 108 equal to 180, and we get 180 equals 180. So we know we did it right. Okay, we're going to move on now just to a different example using both of the supplementary angles and vertical angles. So here we have, you can see these two angles here are going to be equal, and then these two will add up to 180, and these two will add up to 180. So we're going to start with doing vertical angles since they both have the variable x in them. So we're going to do 2x plus 25 is equal to 3x minus 10. Combine like terms, so we're going to subtract 2x from both sides, and then we're going to add 10 to both sides, so x equals 35. And then, so knowing that, you could either choose to use these two right here or these two right here because they'll both add to 180. So we're going to choose to do these two angles right here. So you're going to have 2x plus 25 plus y will equal 180. And then plug in 35 for x. We get 2 times 35 plus 25 plus y equals 180. So we get 70 plus 25 plus y equals 180, which then becomes 95 plus y equals 180. Subtract 95 from both sides to get y equals 85. So we now know by using vertical angles and supplementary angles, you can use it to find the missing angle or the missing variable. So I hope that all made sense. And our next video is going to cover two-dimensional figures. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I hope that all made sense.